What's up, YouTube? I really do apologize for being late, but I've had a really bad week, so it is what it is. But I am back with Baddies East episode 3, and in this episode, the girls are moving in to the first house. And of course, when you have 15 girls who've been talking mess about each other on the internet back and forth, you can't just move them in all at the same time. So we have group A moving in first, which is Natalie, Scotty, T, and Rolly. And they've been in that sprinter bus for a really long time because when you see them go in, it's daytime. When they get to the house, it's pitch black outside. And I really hate the move-in episodes because all they do is complain about the house. So apparently the house that they're in, it smells old and it looks old. But honestly, these girls are acting like they've never been broke or they've never slept on an air mattress or in their car or even been homeless. And then arriving later, we have group B, which is basically everybody else that Natalie doesn't like. But I'm only counting 7 girls. Now, if you notice, I said 15 girls because Saya says 15 girls, but 7 plus 4 is 11. And of course, we have 2 girls missing. Krishan is by herself in a different car. So that's 12. Then we're missing Mariah Lynn, which is 13. But then who is girl 14 and 15? And if you want to count DJ Sky, then we're still missing 1 girl who is not a replacement. So for now, this group B is on the way to the house, but not before the sisters stir up some pre-planned controversy. So Tasiki tells Krishan where they are, so she could meet up with them and confront Anna Mac and Vicky, who she alleges has said some stuff about her online or liked some negative stuff about Krishan online. And basically, Krishan is trying to get Tasiki to fight them on her behalf because she's pregnant. Now we find out that Tasiki's real name is Latifa, which I wish she would go by Latifa because I have to edit every time I say Tasiki wrong. But Tasiki is saying that she's not going to fight the girls because they're just not fighters, and fighting them would be her bullying them, which I agree. But Krishan doesn't care, and she's saying that the girls are antagonizing her for clickbait. So since we're clickbaiting Krishan over here, I'm just not gonna really go into depth about her character, and I'm not gonna show any pictures of her because honestly I'm just over her at this point. So I'm only gonna talk about her when it's important to the story. So then Krishan throws her eczema cream at Vicky, and Vicky is actually crying in this clip, and I don't understand why she is crying. Because first of all, I think her and Anna are lying. In Anna's case, I feel like she was trying to be funny, leaving those comments under Krishan's post. And then for Vicky, she's shown herself to be a professional internet troll time and time again. That's how she got her come up. And whereas before she would troll people and not really have to see them face to face and fight them, except for Bad Baby, I guess, but they were just kids at the time. And now Vicky is grown, so now as a grown woman, she has to be held for her actions. And she got scared. So the fact that she's really sitting here crying right now, she should have went home that night, but instead she still shows up at the baddie's house, and group A notices that she's really upset. So they're trying to find out what happened by talking to Vicky. And in this scene, we start to get a little bit more of Natalie's EP side because let's be honest, the reason why Vicky was casted on this show is to bring a different audience that Zeus Network doesn't have. Because when you think about it, what is the audience that Zeus Network has? It's people of color and primarily women from in their 20s all the way to women in their 40s. So bringing in Vicky is bringing a lot more of a wider audience, and she has her internet clout. So Zeus Network would be getting more viewers by bringing in Vicky. Now, Natalie doesn't like anytime somebody gets in the way of her bag. So Natalie is really upset, and she says that she wants to find out who it is that picked on Vicky so she could possibly have a conversation with them. But then we all know that's Krishan, and Natalie's not going to say anything to Krishan because Krishan has the backing of Zeus Network with her. She's always allowed to break the rules, and Natalie knows that. So there's not much that Natalie can do in protecting Vicky from Krishan, and Rolly isn't making it any better by antagonizing Will Vicky. But I actually agree with Rolly, and I'm gonna break down Rolly's points even further. But first, I just wanted to shout out the editor because I like the little trick that they did here by juxtaposing the scene with Natalie in the kitchen with Anna and Will Vicky versus the scene with Rolly outside talking to Camilla and Scotty. They layered these two different segments by going back and forth between them. And on one side, you have Rolly saying, "You know what the show is, you know what you're getting into." And then on the other side, you have Natalie saying, "Whenever you're uncomfortable, let me know and I will figure something out for you." So I thought that was a really cool editing trick. But now, you can break down what Rolly's saying into three main points. Point one, Will Vicky is going to use her religion to bash people, to criticize people, to say offensive things about people and hide behind her religion. So for example, when Woe Vicky says whatever she said about fat people, saying that God don't like fat people, to fat shame Rolly, like that is not Christian at all. And then Rolly's second point is that Woe Vicky knows what the Baddies East show is about, and there's nothing holy about that show. For someone who's on her spiritual journey, she cannot be on that show because she's expected to drink, to go out clubbing, to fight. So Woe Vicky just doesn't belong there. And then Rolly's third point is that none of the other cast members has ever treated a cast member with the kitten gloves that they're treating Woe Vicky. So Woe Vicky is playing her white woman card and shedding her white woman tears, and these girls are just eating it up and comforting her when they've never done that for anybody else on the show. Now, another thing that I want to point out is another juxtaposition when Natalie, Anna, and Will Vicky are in the kitchen having a conversation. Here we have two girls, Anna and Vicky, that are similarly sized and have big mouths and cause a lot of drama, but Anna is willing to back it up versus Vicky, who isn't. Now, Anna is not a fighter, but she wants to fight DJ Sky for whatever beef they have going on in each other's DMs, which I would like to see because I feel like none of them can really fight. So it will definitely be something funny. Next, we have Natalie talking to Smiley. And I just hate how Natalie keeps trying to portray Smiley as a fan. She is not a fan. And Smiley is going to admit that the so-called tattoo that she got of Natalie was actually a henna, and that she picked out Natalie's name from a henna book. So that's not Natalie's actual signature. But for some reason, Natalie's going to play like she's the only person who has a particular signature and nobody else can write it the way she does. Like, how does she not hear how ridiculous she sounds? And then Natalie's also going to bring up that Smiley kept popping up wherever the baddies went at one point. And I've been telling y'all, Smiley is a plant. She has some kind of informant at Zeus Network telling her where to pull up, what to wear. And I bet it's the same person that was telling Sydney Star where to show up in season 2. So no, I don't believe that Smiley is connected to the black market, because normally if you are connected to the black market, you're not going to come out and say it on TV. And most importantly, you wouldn't be on a small TV network on a ratchet show for whatever little tiny paycheck you get, and mostly getting paid by exposure if you were tied to the black market, okay? But then the conversation is soon interrupted with the arrival of Krishan and Tasiki, and we're not going to clickbait, so I don't really care about their fight, but Natalie keeps yelling, "Get off my show, get her off my show." And she has said that to Krishan every season that Krishan has been on Baddies. And Krishan is still on the show. Now, I was thinking that Natalie was gonna fight Tasiki in this scene, but Natalie doesn't do that either. But I understand, because I'm pretty sure if she would have tried to fight Tasiki, Krishan would have jumped in as well, and she just would have got her ass handed to her by both the sisters. So she played it smart and stayed behind the counter. Now that is where the episode ends. So they left us on a cliffhanger. But next episode's previews are very interesting as well. The baddies go to the club and we see DJ Sky, in which I know why I don't like DJ Sky, but Zeus Network, now why do you guys hate DJ Sky? You guys are constantly disrespecting her. First, you reuse her promo shoot from last season for this season. Then you don't even give her an intro. And Natalie's just going to keep calling her the babysitter and say that that is the only reason why she's on the cast. So I just would love to know, why do y'all keep treating her like trash? Next, we get this clip of Natalie telling the cameraman to stop recording. And I've watched this 1,000 times. It's during Krishan's performance, and I'm trying to figure out what is it that Natalie doesn't want the cameraman filming her doing while Krishan is performing. So I just can't wait till Sunday to figure this out. But if she's outside yelling at the producers about showing more favoritism towards Krishan, then I'm thinking that Krishan either threw more stuff at Natalie or threw more stuff at somebody else on the cast. What do you guys think this is about? Let me know in the comments below. One other thing is that it could be possibly related to Krishan getting her sister jumped by her friends, which is just such a weird thing to do. I would have never thought, no matter how much I don't get along with my siblings, to get other people to jump my siblings. Like, who just does that type of stuff? But Tasiki does get her one-on-one with one of the jumpers, and I'm actually really excited to see this fight. Now, the friend does have a really muscular build, but it seems like Tasiki just whips her ass anyways. So while she's getting her ass beat, this is going to be my face the entire time. I think this series is off to a good start, and I can't wait to see more and to continue reviewing Baddies East. So subscribe to take this reviewing journey with me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!